unboxing of a Hot Toys DeLorean. This time, it's Back to the Future 3. Well, our very first Back to the Future DeLorean was Back to the Future 2 DeLorean, which is my favorite DeLorean from Back to the Future. It's the one that flies. This one, on the other hand, is a fan favorite of this guy.
This is the best Back to the Future movie. I don't even know why. I just really like it. Even though they don't really do that much with the DeLorean itself, I really, really enjoy this movie.
That's incredible. I've never heard anybody say they like Back to the Future 3 the most out of all the Back to the Future movies.
Maybe it's how the car looks too. I really like that it has like the white walls. But I like that they were fixing up the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Like they were riding around with the, they were pushing it on the train tracks and they were riding it around with the horses.
Yeah.
That was just...
It actually comes with the white wall tires from the 50s, and then it comes with the train track wheels. So it comes with both of them. You can put them on the car, either set, and we're gonna play around with that a little bit. But before we get started, make sure you check out MISCHIEFtoys.com. We're gonna be dropping a Valentine's Day figure and much, much more. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Go to MISCHIEFtoys.com, sign up for our newsletter, and follow us over on Instagram. We have a group on Facebook. We also have a page on Facebook. Go and find all the things, join them, and show your Mischief Toys love. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of the Back to the Future films, so it made sense to get this one. I never purchased the original DeLorean because at the time I wasn't a hardcore Hot Toys collector like I am today. But when the Back to the Future 2 car showed up, I needed to have it. It wasn't a want, it was a need. This one was more of a want because I thought it was cool, more of a need for you, and I wanted him to be able to have his favorite DeLorean.
It's the best one though.
On the top it says, "Welcome to Hill Valley, a nice place to live." Look at that. That's beautiful.
Dang.
Oh, look at that. Look at that cool artwork on the inside. This is when Marty goes back in time and he's trying to run away from, there's like Indians that come, and then like all sorts of stuff is happening, and then he is faced with a bear.
So the Indians, they shoot out his fuel line?
Yeah.
And there's the bear in the cave that he parks in.
Here's all sorts of other stuff. So we have, this is, I guess, all of the instructions. So that's something we most likely will have to look at. It's very detailed. Interchangeable wheels, the train wheels.
All of them.
Which I'm not a fan of these.
I like the white walls more.
I like the white walls more as well. Mr. Fusion and some other stuff.
Ooh, here's the cool part. This is, I guess, it's just the whole hood.
The whole entire hood. Oh, and there's the car. So the hood is off of it to begin with, so you have to attach the hood. It has some light up features as well. So there is where the hood's going to go.
Satisfying plastic.
The satisfying plastic on the windows. Go ahead, feel free to rip them off.
Yeah.
It already has the white walls down here as well. Huge fan of Back to the Future 2 DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
But this one is really nice. I just pulled off some plastic here on the back, and we've got these little cables here that must connect into these other parts. Funny story. The last time that we unboxed the Back to the Future DeLorean, I did this with Heather. She ended up doing the majority of the work by putting all these pieces on because I was afraid to break it because I break everything. So we're just gonna have to be very careful with this. The hood that goes on the car, that looks really nice. Lots of detail. Cool straps, like almost like a leather material. I am a little concerned that they're just like glued down. I have a feeling that could pop off pretty easily. But this isn't
holding anything on, so it shouldn't matter. Other than the wheels, this DeLorean looks exactly like the second one.
So it took a little bit of playing around, but we were able to get the hood on, and you got these big cables that are sticking out of it. This must have been why I had my lovely Heather do this for me. Believe it or not, I was able to get the side on all on my own. Then there's a part that goes up underneath the car. I'm gonna lift this. Just be careful.
There you go.
You got, oh no, there's another.
It's another?
Yeah, there's this cable.
I didn't see it.
One side of the DeLorean attached. What's cool is that the Mr. Fusion actually opens and closes.
Just like the Back to the Future 2 one.
Just like the Back to the Future 2 one.
Oh, these are magnetic.
They're magnetic?
They're magnetic.
Magnetic hubcaps?
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't like that they're magnetic though, because they'll fall off.
So I see what you're saying. I mean, it does feel... It does feel a little loose, but it isn't like you're actually going to physically drive this thing around or play with it, right? It's a display piece.
There's something that goes on the front. This is the thing that Marty holds, and he checks to see the temperature.
Oh,
when they throw
yeah.
the bombs into the train.
Oh, that's so cool. So, as Max is mentioning, this is the piece that Marty is looking at to see the temperature after they're dropping this little explosive. God, these little pieces really freak me out. Like, I just feel like I'm gonna scratch something. It worries me. And I'm not like...
your stuff delicate.
I'm just not like the most delicate person when it comes to this stuff. And then this little piece you put right there on the middle, and that's what connects all that together. That looks nice. On the back, you actually have to connect these cables in, like so. All the cables are connected. There we go. So there's the bumper, but now we have to connect all the little cables in it, just like we did on the back, which, as you can see, it's all connected up now to the pieces that I snapped on, so that's cool.
Great Scott. This piece goes under the bumper on the front. Oh, that's probably...
Yeah, that's like a towing piece or something, huh?
So in the movie,
front?
I think it was either wheels or something that they had propped up on the front of it.
Right.
Like that. And there was like extra wheels right here. But you're probably right. It probably is like a tow bar.
So I was able to connect the wires in on the front there. Now we have all of that together. It's all connected. There is so much detail inside this car. And we're gonna have to light her up and see what it looks like.
Sadly, we don't have a Back to the Future 3 Marty.
I know, or
That would be
Doc.
so cool.
And I almost
Yeah.
bought them a while back, but I never did.
It'd be cool if we could get them sitting up on top of it with a little dial in their hand.
Yeah, that would be incredible. This looks cool though. Do we want to try to put on the train wheels?
I think they unscrew off.
Detach the cover and the screw.
Yep.
It says. So we have to
So
remove the
these
screw. Okay, so they give you a little tool so you can pull these off. It's funny because RoboCop came with exactly the same thing so you could pull off his chest plate.
Remember, we were trying to figure out what it was for.
Yeah, that's cool. What's all this cabling for?
That's extra cables for the for like back here, I guess, too.
All right, so this guy takes 3 AA batteries.
Or we could use a USB-C.
So the little thing the temperature thing that you're talking about, this connects in the car.
So that's for when we have the train. wheels on
And
it.
look, it's magnetic. So I don't see anything about the extra cables. So according to this picture, they want you to lay the cable up on the dashboard. So it's just like extra cables or something.
Oh, you know what? These are probably cables to make it look like that's like the extended cord.
I really want to put the train wheels on, and I really want to light this puppy up. So the battery compartment for this car is actually underneath the spare tire in the front. So we have to remove the spare tire and then put in our 3 AA batteries, which should give us a couple of different lighting modes. The Back to the Future 2 car had lights underneath. It also had lights on the inside, of course on the outside in places. So I'd be interested to see how this one lights up. To give the full effect, I think we're gonna turn the lights off and light it up.
I just wanted to see it. Oh.
So there it is. Look how bright that is. So that's cool. Then you can see all the lights here on the side, interior lights as well.
Oh, you can see the
Yep, it's actually flashing on the inside.
You can see the capacitors flash.
Yeah, the flux capacitor is in there. This thing looks amazing. Looks really great lit up. You know, sometimes you get these things and it's like, is it really worth it to put the lights on? I know the Batmobile felt that way to me. It just didn't seem like as interesting or as detailed, I guess. This vehicle is incredibly detailed, from the headlights to the tail lights, the interior lights, just everything about it. The flux capacitor blinking, the dates on the inside that are lit up. A lot of people may dodge this one because I don't feel like there's a lot of super fans of Back to the Future 3.
Which is kind of sad.
I think it's a great car.
It's very funny how the DeLorean is. The only reason it's big is because of this movie.
Let's pull these wheels off and we'll replace it with the other ones. Okay, so the wheels and tires are on by a screw. So now we can replace that and put this on instead. No, it does not look good with the train track wheels. It's a part of the movie, so...
Let's put it together just for the
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we can say we did it. So with just one of the train track wheels on it, it looks really, really weird. These tires are so cool. I would have to say that this is my favorite part of this car. So on the tire, you'll see there's like a little notch. There's a notch on this thing as well. and you can connect them. So this is one side of the car with the train track wheels on it. We're not going to go all the way and put them all on because it's really painful to have to unscrew them. But it's a pretty good way of, like, I don't know, comparing. So look at this side and how it looks, right? Which I'm not a huge fan of. Now look how that side looks. So much better. Looks so much better.
It just fits it, I think.
It fits it,
It's cool, though, that we were able to do it like this, just to see. I guess the only thing I don't like about this DeLorean from this movie is that it didn't fly. But it's impossible. It's a train. It's got to be pushed by the train.
The Back to the Future 2 DeLorean was super futuristic. It could fly, it had all sorts of cool stuff.
It did the trash.
The trash is the fuel. Yeah, but in this one, it was like they had to strap this thing together in order to get back home. All right, so we're putting back on the 2 tires. Train wheels are cool. They are made out of, it feels like a plastic. It's not an actual metal. Car itself, very sturdy, heavy car. None of it, I don't think much of it is metal. It feels mostly plastic, which is probably why it is as cheap as it can be, because if they made this out of fully like die-cast or metal, it would have been heavy and super expensive. You're probably wondering, well, Chris, I don't have a DeLorean. Which one would you say I should get? I would say that the Back to the Future 2 DeLorean is the one to get. It has a flight mode. It lights up underneath the car as well. It has like this green kind of glow to it. It comes with a stand, making it look like it can fly. But I would say if you have the Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2 DeLorean, or you have one or the other, this is a great car to pair with them. So apparently there's an off-road mode for the car, so you can push it up by pushing a button and then pull it down.
When him and Doc Brown fix it up and they time travel, that's how he like off-roads in it. If you really do want to buy a DeLorean from Hot Toys, I think you should go from your favorite movie. Because it all depends. Because if you really like Back to the Future 3, then you probably want to snatch up this one.
Right.
But if you like Back to the Future 2, then you should probably get the Back to the Future 2 one, because that's what Back to the Future 2 does. I personally think that Hot Toys should have made a 3-in-1.
Where you could have had
all of them off, and then you can make it into 1 or 2.
But I want to know what you guys think about this Hot Toys car. This is a fantastic piece. This one, I think, ran us about $800, if I remember correctly. Like, that was the full cost of this thing. But it is worth every single penny. As you can see from the lighting and from the detail and everything else in between, this is a hell of a cool car. And on top of that, if you can get the Back to the Future 3 figures, Doc and Marty, they will pair incredibly well with this one. And I'm really sad that I never purchased them, because they do have a photo. Hot Toys released a photo with both of them sitting on top of the car, and they have, if you remember, they had horses dragging it. So it's like a picture like that, where they're like riding on top of it. And it is a really cool photo, so I might have to get the figures just for that reason, so I can pose them with this.
Back to the Future 3 DeLorean Deluxe Edition. It comes with all 8 of the horses.
Right. This is a dream come true for a hardcore Back to the Future fan like me. As a kid, I would have loved to have seen this. You're a kid, you're seeing it. You love this thing?
It's so cool.
It's fantastic. We want to know your thoughts and more about this car in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Cody Law, Sativa Shower, Jeff Lopez, Monica Nelson, FPG Dyer, Pistachio 32, East Coast Collects, Belinda Jean, Jeff Wilson, and Dis Life with Joy. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. If you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com/Gastlecast to find out all the ways that you can support. We have a Google Meet call every single month, and it is fantastic, where we do giveaways, show you upcoming Mischief Toys things, and much, much more. Go and check out patreon.com/Gastlecast. On our most recent call, we gave our patrons early access to the Coven of Mischief by Mischief Toys. They absolutely loved it. They were the first ones to get into this round of the Coven of Mischief, so don't miss your chance at not only becoming a patron, but also having very special opportunities like that one. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. We have a lot of blast here on this channel, and we really have a good time during our lives every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang with us. That's all we've got for you. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for watching another video of the Hot Toys Boys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.